All right, we are back again. Dr. Clark, Dr. Hicks, and here we have study tip number, I don't know, 5 or 6, 27, I don't know. We have a lot of them. You're lucky people. So today we're going to talk about effectively studying. Just not wasting time. Let's just do it and do it effectively. And I think one of the most important things about effective studying is a growth mindset. Knowing that you can learn and that you have the ability to learn and think of the positive rather than the negative. Like, I can't do that. One of my favorite things to tell students is to use the word yet. Like, I'm not really good at anatomy and physiology yet. But if I took a class with Dr. Clark, I bet I would get there. So if you add the word yet to the end of a sentence, it gives you the growth mindset. I'm just not really good at math yet. And it opens up all kinds of possibilities. So that's one of my tips about studying effectively. Yet.
I love that. And you have to remember, that's why you're here. Because you don't know it yet. Yep. That's why you're here. Another thing that I think is super important is prioritizing your time. So we discussed earlier in another video about scheduling and time management, having a calendar. So you can look ahead at your week. Okay, what do I have coming up? What needs priority? And then you can spend time on whatever's needed first, because I've got a test, at the end of the week. Also with that, you're not wasting time. Right. And you need time also for fun. I often hear students are like, I stayed up all night studying and I missed the game, or I had the game on and I should have been studying. You know what? You need to watch the game. You need to be at the game if you can. But the point is, if you had prioritized and said, okay, I'm going to study so I can then study first and then go enjoy the game. You need to be able to do both. And I think that also brings up an important point: where you study. Do not study in your bedroom. No. Do not study on your bed. Or I say, don't even study at home. Home is your place of rest, your place of fun. Yeah. Study at Starbucks.
I did for my dissertation. I wrote my dissertation at Big B.
Yeah, there you go. Get some people watching in, but also it just separates that work from home.
Sure.
And I really, really think finding a good place, like even here at Davenport, we have so many great places in the different buildings to study in a quiet space or study in somewhere where there's more action going on, people watching. But I really, really think you need to separate those two.
That's excellent. And to do that effectively, you have to understand how you learn best. And that's your learning style. And there's research that supports it or debunks it. But I do believe it's a real thing. I know for myself, being an athlete, I study best if I'm moving. So maybe that's taking your reading or whatever you have to do over to the student center and riding the exercise bike and doing your reading, or walking around your house, whatever the case. Many of our students are athletes here at this location. So a lot of them are kinesthetic learners. They learn by moving. So if that's your learning style, figure out how you can move and study, not just sitting here trying to absorb the material. Many of us are visual. You got to see it, kind of thing. You got to be able to feel it and move it around. Those are really good, important things to know. You can take assessments online for free, figure out how you learn best. But those are super helpful tips to help school be easier for you. Thanks, Karen.
Thanks.